everybody has, but we had 2 days, so I paid for it. And you're all gonna like it. And I'm also amazed that no one has commented on the light show that we've all been getting, which, I mean, I went to the Granada once when I was 19 for dancing purposes, and it was like that, and I didn't remember it until we got here, and I thought, oh, I wolfed those brownies down really fast. Were they laced with acid? No, it's the lights, it's okay. I usually don't repeat things in my set, but as luck would have it, apparently both the weather and John Gibbons are in league with Satan, and it snows every time we have a show during the winter. So there were some people here last time, and they were the quality people, obviously, but I'm probably going to have some repeats. So if it's the second time for you, I'm sorry. Obviously, you're the supportive crowd who will come back for John Gibbons' squid in the hand job 2 bits joke over and over again. So I think it'll be alright. No, so I have a really weird family, and I know that everybody thinks this about their family, and every time I mention, yes, my family's a little bit eccentric, somebody tries to top me and say there's this weirder. You are wrong. Mine is weirder. So usually I go home for the holidays, and this Thanksgiving was no exception. So my dad called me a couple of days beforehand. Initially, I didn't really think much of it. Even when I answered the phone call and there was no one there, which I easily wrote off as my dad is in his 60s and once asked me how to rewind a DVD. So it's completely plausible that he pushed the wrong button and accidentally hung up on me. It's totally fine. So I call him back, and he answers about after 20 to 30 seconds of just disgruntled ruffling and rustling around. And I'm on the other end like, Dad? Hi, Dad? He goes, hey, girl! And I stopped, and I looked at the phone, and it said Dad on it. And I thought, okay, I called the right person. And I say, Dad? And he's like, yeah, how's it going? And I was like, are you okay? He's like, who, me? Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know what he gave me, but I'm great. And like I said, my dad's in his 60s. And though he lived through the 60s, I don't think that he has ingested any drug stronger than an aspirin, unless it was, prescribed by a professional physician. And so, I decided that it's him, and obviously there's something wrong because he sounds stoned with Jesus and back. And I guess, because part of me's like, yeah, Dad. Part of me's like, you're dying. So I asked him, I'm like, are you okay? What happened? He's like, yeah, my friend of my finger is gone. And I'm like, where did it go? And he's like, no, yeah, it's gone. I'm like, well, where did it go? I mean, did they reattach it or what? He's like, no, it's fine, Mom's coming to get me. I'm like, okay, Dad, well, that's great. I have to go to work now, goodbye. And I immediately call my mother. Just to make sure either that she knows that he is somewhere lost and possibly high. And it turns out that he has in fact lost a finger. And according to my cousin, he lost it while being wicked careless with a saw. And later, when we get to Wichita, we're hanging out with them, and he's not on the drugs anymore. I asked him what happened. And, did they even ask him if he wanted to keep it? Because it's his finger, right? And he told me, no, they didn't ask me, and I'm actually kind of mad about it because his fun idea was to save the finger, mail it to someone, he didn't really specify who, with just an anonymous note that says, I've always wanted to give you the finger. So this whole situation makes for a very interesting holiday fun. And my dad, as some sort of coping with the fandom, has decided that he is going to draw a smiley face on his little nub finger, which he calls Mr. Happy. Which, without the backup story, is wildly inappropriate for him to be displaying Mr. Happy at our Thanksgiving celebration. So he makes the little nub dance, and he sings some songs about it, about being happy, and about how the finger makes him happy. And I'm at this point thinking that it's really good that the only child attending Thanksgiving this year is under 2 months old and will have no recollection of his uncle dancing around with his half finger. So my brother, who is always appropriate and very dignified, asks my father if he thinks the finger will be there in heaven waiting for him when he dies. Also, will the dog be there? Could the dog have the finger in his mouth? Could we get the finger away from the dog? After all, this is heaven for the dog just as much as it's heaven for you. Will the finger have wings? Also, will it play the harp? If so, how? I also told him that if he got "This Little Piggy Went Home" tattooed on the finger, that I would pay for it. And he asked me, would it be okay if he got the smiley face instead? And I said I would think about it. So we have a good time in Wichita. We eat a lot of food. We play with the aforementioned little cousin, and we eat more food. And around a month later, it's Christmas, and we get to go back. And he's made photos, like multiple copies of these photos, which he's giving out to anyone and everyone who wants one. And I think I'm going to put it on my Facebook. If anyone wants to be my Facebook friend, you can see this photo. And he's fashioned a little, not really like an outfit, but more of a pose for his finger, and he's got it bent over to the side, and he's drawn a smiley face on it, and these things are apparently arms. And he has written on the bottom in Sharpie marker, "Mr. Happy. Everyone be happy." So I'm excited about it. And I was kind of hoping that there would be more finger-related Christmas presents given to him, but apparently the best thing to come up with was a pen that looks like a finger, and when you pull on the end, it emits a little shudder and a fart noise. And also he was given a pair of altered work gloves, which apparently he appreciated and will use, which is helpful. And yes, this is mildly frustrating.
Start yelling at it.
I should, or hit it on the ground. That's how you raise children, right? And you